So what's happening, YouTube? Welcome to the Authentic King channel. And on today's video, man, we have a very special video in store. Of course, I was scrolling, I've been chilling, I'm on break, I'm on hiatus. Haven't really been creating much. Been making some changes and modifications to the studio. If you're interested in seeing what the updates are, man, let me know down in the comments. I'll do a video. But I came across this video. It's called The Fall Off of J. Cole. Does the Big Three matter? And this video is from a channel called The Dark Side. The Dark Side, I'm new to this, it's a surprise because they only have 241 subs, but it looks like they have quite a few videos that hit 10K views. This one in particular has 2.8K on the view, so very interesting to see the quality of this video, but not going to waste your time. Just like I said before, I don't know if I said my thank yous in the previous videos, but right now, today, last time I checked, we're at 527 on the sub. So we're grateful. It took work to get to this point. I have a lot of fun on this channel. I have a second channel with John TV, but I have a lot of fun on this channel. And hey, let's go ahead and get into this video, see what they're talking about. All right, let's go, man. Interesting topic here.
Plus years, the conversation of the top MC has been a title claimed by many who have picked up a pen or touched a microphone. Once every decade, there are 3 to 4 names who stand as the best, and the number one from each generation is contentious. Through the 80s to the early 90s, it was Slick Rick, LL Cool J, Rakim, and KRS-One. Through the early to late 90s, it was Nas, Biggie, Tupac, possibly Jay-Z. Through the 2000s,
that's crazy, man. It's really no hook to this, man. You kind of like just get right into the madness, man. So hey, and plus unique sounding voice, man. And I don't know, it sounds like he'll like read you like children's books. I don't know why I'm getting that, but anyway, let's get back to it.
Was Eminem, Kanye, Lil Wayne, and 50 Cent. These were names to carry their respective decades. From the casual consumer to the hardcore fan, these are the names that carry hip-hop on grassroots levels to mainstream appeal. That's not to discount names just as talented, like Andre 3000, DMX, Black Thought, Snoop Dogg, Lupe Fiasco, Ice-T, Ice Cube, the list goes on. But today we focus on 3 names who have carried the 20...
All right, here we go, man. We was talking about a lot of rappers, man. Hey, I know it's about J. Cole, man. It took him about a minute to get to the point with that one, but hey, I mean, he has valid points though. It's a lot of talented musicians in hip hop, artists in hip hop, and the starting point of hip hop, it was a lot different than hip hop in what it is today, So hey, glad that he kind of gave flowers to a lot of those rap artists that he named. Especially, like KRS-One. He's like one of the pioneers, Ice Cube, Ice-T, those guys. So anyway, back to it.
2010s decade, but not all 3. We focus on one of the names who have carried the 2010s decade, but not all 3. We focus on one of the names who has served as the bridge of the standards of traditional hip-hop while elevating the ideas of the newer generation. The middle child, J. Cole. Born Jermaine Lamar Cole on January 28, 1985 in Frankfurt, Germany, where his father was stationed in the U.S. Army, J. Cole grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina. With a strong passion for music, Cole started rapping at the age of 12 and slowly grew as a rapper, sharpening his skills.
Yo, I swear to the nigga above me, I'ma make you motherfuckers love me, even the chumps claiming they gon' fuck me, yo.
The story of how Jay-Z signed J. Cole is a fascinating one. In 2007, J. Cole was a relatively unknown rapper from North Carolina, trying to make a name for himself in the hip-hop scene. J. Cole created a demo titled The Come Up and passed it to Jay-Z's people. Initially, Jay-Z's team rejected J. Cole, but he didn't give up. In 2009, J. Cole stood outside of Jay-Z's studios in New York, waiting for him to arrive. When Jay-Z showed up, J. Cole handed him his new demo, The Warm Up. Jay-Z was impressed impressed by J. Cole's persistence and talent, he took the CD and listened to it, later saying he was blown away by J. Cole's lyrics. Jay-Z invited J. Cole to meet him at a studio. They talked about music.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a quick way to like sum up the story. Like J. Cole, and for those of y'all like J. Cole fans, y'all know like the story. He waited outside in the rain for Jay-Z to arrive, man, in New York. You know, New York is naturally chilly, cold, frigid, and to mix rain on top of that, it shows the dedication of J. Cole and how bad he actually wanted to be seen and have his music get checked out by. At that time, man, I'll say in the 2000s, man, the big three was easily, of course, you got Eminem, Wayne, and Jay-Z. You know, so Jay-Z was like definitely at the top of hip hop in his time frame, and of course, like to have an opportunity to actually come face to face with him was a life-changing moment, and therefore kind of helped to boost J. Cole's music to mainstream media. So very unique story. Every single artist have their ways of how they entered the game. Of course, like with Drake, he had Lil Wayne. With Kendrick Lamar, you know, he had Top Dog Entertainment, but at the time, like J-Rock was kind of like really like the leading artist on Top Dog. So just the fact that Kendrick actually took over and it took that #1 spot, hey, that's a story in itself. But anyway, you know, that's the origin story of how J. Cole actually rose to fame with meeting Jay-Z. So
life and talent. He took the CD and listened to it, later saying he was blown away by J. Cole's lyrics. Jay-Z invited J. Cole to meet him at a studio. They talked about music, life, and goals. Jay-Z offered Cole a record deal with Roc Nation, and since then, it's been history in the making. Fast forward, J. Cole's debut album Cold World, The Sideline Story, was a commercial success, and he went on to release critically acclaimed albums like Born Sinner, 2014's Forest Hills Drive, For Your Eyes Only. J. Cole is known for his introspective and personal lyrics, often focusing on themes of self-discovery, social commentary, and storytelling. His music often explores his experiences growing up in Fayetteville, his relationship with the streets, and personal growth. J. Cole has been praised for his unique style of lyrical depth and genre bending, which blends hip-hop and R&B with jazz elements. He has inspired a generation of artists and remains one of the most respected figures in contemporary hip-hop. J. Cole's achieved numerous successes through his career. All of his studio albums have been certified platinum or higher, and he has had multiple #1 albums on the top 200, including 2014 Forest Hills Drive, For Your Eyes Only, and KOD, all without.
And then the crazy thing, man, like there was a stretch where J. Cole released albums, and I think it kind of started with Forest Hills Drive, where he had literally no features. The only features that he had on those albums was from like Kill Edward or something like that, you know, which was like his alter ego or like the demon that he was fighting. So that's impressive in itself, you know, to have an album to where he produced every song, where he was featured in every song and only him. And that's, you know, album was still able to like reach platinum plaque level. That does show like the range that J. Cole have as an artist. And each one of those albums is a masterclass of excellence. I got to say that. But just the fact that he's able to have all of those, you know, unique milestones that he was able to actually accomplish and still be third in a lot of people's minds in the 2010 shows like how strong like Kendrick Lamar and Drake are musically as well. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you know, that's just my take on it. But that's impressive to say the least.
Features.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
His Dreamville label has signed successful artists like JID, Ari Lennox, Boss, Loot, Earthgang, Omen, and Cause. To this day, people regard Dreamville as the best rapper-run label in the history of hip-hop. He has been named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world, solidifying his impact not just in music but beyond the culture. These successes demonstrate J. Cole's dedication to his craft, his connections with his fans, and influence on the music industry.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Some people say that I'm running third, they threw the bronze at me. Behind Drake and Dot, yeah, them niggas are superstars to me. Maybe deep down, I'm afraid of my luminosity. So
on paper, J. Cole is a great rapper.
Hey, first of all, shout out to that song, man. Hey, that's one of the hardest songs. Like even though Heaven's EP, I don't know. I mean, it's on Spotify and everything like that. But like that song was just intended to be like a spar session, to show that, hey, I'm still in my bag. I'm still doing things to keep the pen wet. But man, that's one of his hardest tracks that he ever dropped, and it's just J. Cole. So fire beat, fire everything. Good music video, very simple to the point. But hey.
Deep down, I'm afraid of my luminosity. So
on paper, J. Cole is a great rapper, heck, a top 10 MC of all time in any era. What limits him are the other two names he's competed with his entire career, that being Kendrick Lamar and Drake, two names that just seem to go places he refuses or simply just cannot go to.
In my opinion, there is nothing on J. Cole's first two records that would make him a poignant voice on really any topic. And as far as the conscious side of J. Cole's music goes, he doesn't exactly display the overwhelming passion or the flow or the logic or the knowledge of a guy like Kendrick Lamar.
J. Cole, to me, is the average guy turned rapper, a fan who gets to live out the highlights of a rap career very few witness, with a loving fan base and a classic album under his belt. But J. Cole, however, lives in the biggest sin of our generation, being average. Over the years, J. Cole has either been viewed as mid or corny. Despite his improvements, he's made as a rapper. His music and lyricism were serviceable. He's a storyteller, but he's not the best storyteller. He has hits, but he's not the biggest hit maker. He does everything right, but has never left many people saying, wow.
Because across J. Cole,
Man, so hey, are you saying like J. Cole is like a jack of all trades but the master of none? Because man, this, I ain't gonna lie, that's probably, wow. That's the best way anybody ever put it. You know, at least to my ears. You know, J. Cole, he's a good storyteller, but he's not Kendrick Lamar with storytelling. Like Kendrick Lamar actually make literally like entire albums based off of a story. Drake has the hits, you know, like he's like right there with Michael Jackson, like as far as like, you know, songs at Billboard #1 and all that stuff, you know, like Drake can make a hit, but you know, J. Cole can't make as many hits, you know, so like J. Cole, he's kind of like in a gray area per se, man, like in the middle, you know, he's not the best at anything, but he's very good at a lot of things, even when it comes to like producing his own songs, man. So, man, wow, he got a point there.
He does everything right, but has never left many people saying, wow.
Because across J. Cole's discography, I feel like there's always been J. Cole, and then there is the reputation of J. Cole as this mega woke lyrical miracle with this laser-focused intensity on whatever song topic or profound truth that he's dropping in a song, when in actuality he's never truly been that, at least not for longer than a song or two. What can really be said at this point that I or somebody else hasn't said already about J. Cole? Supposedly woke rapper who does mainstream numbers and yet somehow falls short of his full potential with nearly every release.
I think one of the reasons why he's not in this big three to me is, one, I just find his music pretty boring, you know.
Wait, he's not in the big three? I mean, who would be a third? Like, when we're talking about rappers, like, in today's era, right? I mean, you're putting Travis Scott over him, you're putting Future over him, like, you're putting, you know, like who would it be? You know what I'm saying? Like, who would be your number three? That, I mean, that is, to me, the big three. All right, Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole. And I mean, personally, before the beef, I actually had Kendrick at 1, J. Cole at 2 until J. Cole actually, you know, did what he did. I got videos on that. Go ahead and put him at the top right, man. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at this point, you gotta like say who's your number 3, because we already know, you know, Kendrick and Drake is gonna be in it, but like, who is your number 3? I don't know.
I feel like he's a regular rapper in the 90s, but he excels in radio freestyles more than his albums pull me in. Not saying he's whack. I just feel like when I'm listening to J. Cole, I'm listening to another version of things I've been listening to my whole life. Nothing wrong with that.
J. Cole will always be remembered, but when you compare him...
That's fair. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is fair. J. Cole does kind of like get a lot of comparisons to Nas.
To my whole life. Nothing wrong with that.
J. Cole will always be remembered, but when you compare him to his larger-than-life peers, it becomes clear why he's slighted as 3. He speaks on the plight and consciousness of black people and his personal life, but compared to Kendrick, he's surface level. He can pop off and create an album of bangers, but couldn't dream of touching a smash hit the level of Drake. J. Cole has been aware of this fact for years, and that's what led to his campaign of proving he's the best lyricist out of the 3. Proving he's eons above Drake and a close rival to Kendrick Lamar. And personally, the offseason has become a top 2 J. Cole project in my opinion. And for a brief moment, J. Cole was the numero.
Nah, I disagree with that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. The offseason gotta be like 4. His best album was definitely, without a doubt, Forest Hill Drive. All right. Number 2, I got to say, man, For Your Eyes Only was a very powerful album, too. And then 3 would probably be KOD. 4, Born Sinner, man, this is a very underrated album, okay? Like this dude, and you got to think about it, like me being a big J. Cole fan in that time, like this man competed with Kanye West. Like he dropped Born Sinner on the same day Kanye West dropped Yeezus and outsold him. You know what I'm saying? That's why still to this day, Kanye West kind of like takes shots at J. Cole whenever you get a chance, because like J. Cole wasn't afraid. He went at Big Brother Kanye, which, you know, at the time, like Kanye was really the only one doing that, like producing at the level he was producing at, and then like making music that had like mainstream success, you know, and he went at Kanye. So, dang, you know, I disagree. You know, Off Season was a very good album, but, you know, I wouldn't say it was his best. No.
Uno, but what happened?
He'd be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God aligned me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do.
Some would say him backing out of the beef between Kendrick and Drake put a wet blanket over his development, and I'm inclined to believe that. But it's only half the story. From a human standpoint, it shows his maturity, but from a masculine hip-hop standpoint, it made him seem weak. If the story is true that Schoolboy Q told him to back out of the inevitable personal war of words between Drake and Kendrick, it makes me feel like he was pitied more than revered as a rival. Then getting a couple stray bars from both parties after the apology, it really lends to my theory. This whole situation leaves me clear on who the big 3 are. Kendrick, Tyler the Creator, and Future. See, your big 3.
Wait. Come again?
Big 3 are Kendrick, Tyler the Creator, and Future. See,
your list is your list, but wow. Wow.
Your big 3 doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
I tried to bait Tyler last night into the whole, you know, the big best rapper in the game, you know, the big 3. They talking about the Drake, Kendrick, Coles. He wouldn't go for it. He says,
bro,
the only
who
thing
gives a fuck? Hey, and you know what annoys me when people are like, this is my top 5, and people argue it. Like, you got 17-year-olds like, yeah, like, dude, fucking Ready to Die and Enter the Wu-Tang is my top 10 album ever. I'm like, bro, you just got hair on your dick. Stop. It's performative. It's like, that's your, and again, some people might be right, but I'm like, you got young boys and babies out here, and that's your favorite. Like, I don't care about people's objective top nothing. Tell me what is your favorite.
Art is subjective. If you are a fan of the genre,
hey, that's fair though. That's real. Because a lot of people, and they don't have too much longer left in this video, but a lot of people, they do get persuaded by others' opinions. You know, like if a magazine says, oh, this is the best album of all time, you're going to run with it. You know what I'm saying? Or this is the best song, or this is the best artist. So a lot of people's opinions are swayed based off of other people's top 5 lists. So that's why, you know, in order for him to say Tyler, the Creator, is in his top 3 or whatever, I can't necessarily argue that. Is he in mine? No. For me, it's easy. You know, I've been rocking with J. Cole since the warm up. Okay, Drake. I was a bigger fan of Drake with Take Care and, you know, in his earlier albums than I am now. But, you know, it's clear that those guys are running hip hop, you know. So with me, I'm a results driven type person. Whoever's at the top of the game, whoever's getting the biggest results, you're going to get my listen. You know what I'm saying? Tyler, the Creator, he's different. You know what I'm saying? I do respect his music. He is a spectacular artist, but I don't know. For me, I'm not really into like weird stuff. I respect to Tyler, but that's just me.
Tell me what is your favorite.
Art is subjective.
That's real.
If you are a fan of the genre and regard it as an art form, why would you set limits on artists you love? It's fun to formulate these lists, and yes, at its best, rap is a competitive sport. But as it grew to become a commodity, but to the general masses, it became more about numbers and image than about talent. This modern generation of rap fans will put someone like Playboi Carti, as good as he is, as one of the greatest rappers of all time, and not even know who Rakim is. I say this to say that why should a top 10 matter when the standard of an all-time great rapper gets lowered or changes in the eyes of the newer generation?
That's a bar. Man, that dude is freaking fantastic, man. Shout out to the Dark Side, man. You just earned a sub from me. You earned a like, man. You do great work. Let me see what you're rocking with. Got 65 videos, man. Man, come on. I'm gonna put a link to this video down in the description below, man. Give this guy a sub. Give him a like, because he does some great stuff. But anyway, this is my take. Please stick around to the end. I'm not gonna say a lot. He did miss a part though. J. Cole did have a chance to be on a lot of people's top 2 lists, okay? In the top 2. This is where he messed up, in my opinion. Whenever he had a chance to go at Kendrick Lamar, and he responded first. He went before Drake did. Okay, before Drake did all this AI or whatever. I don't know, drop it, give me 50 push-ups, whatever. You know, he had a chance. You got this mixtape, right, with, you know, everybody's talking about it. You know, might delete later, man. You came with 2 snippets with the music videos, and man, you was dropping like some of your best bars that we've heard. And you come out with the 7-minute drill, man. And then you take it back. Like, man, you put that out there. You should have came hard on 7-minute drill, but also you apologize. And like, for me, you know, that took him out of my top 2. It did, you know, just that move alone, which, you know, whenever we see how the beef unfolded, it was a smart move for him to make. But, you know, that definitely solidified him at 3. Maybe even out of a lot of people's top 3, you know, so probably could have covered that a little bit more. But anyway, man, the rest of the video is flawless, man. Great work. You got some other stuff. Drake's Downfalls, 10K views on that one. Might get into that one. But anyway, hey, appreciate you watching this video, man. I got more deep dives coming myself, but it's going to be on the main channel. Be on the lookout for that. Appreciate you watching to this point. Check out one of these other videos, man. Love you. Peace.